Salvete un mes. How we
Good morning.
doing? All right. Okay. Sophia, how we doing this morning?
Pretty good. Just a little tired, as always.
Oh, I understand. Let's see here. Hallie, how we doing this morning?
I'm doing lovely.
Great.
I'm really just excited for our Latin class today.
Me too. It's like we're Twinkies. We're excited about the same thing.
Mhm.
There we go. Lizette, how we doing this morning?
It's kind of like any other morning.
I don't know what that means,
Yeah.
Lizette.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. Mr. Tanner, how we doing?
Good and tired.
Good and tired. Good and tired, or good and tired?
Good and tired.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's different. Okay. Miss Kylie, how we doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I feel pretty rested today.
Great.
Yep.
Jakin, how we doing?
Good.
That's it? That's all you got for me, Jakin? Jakin, tell me a scripture you've been reading lately. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Well, our family's been going through, we just finished Ephesians, and now this morning we just started Matthew.
What sticks out to you about Ephesians? Told you I was gonna put you on the spot, Jakin.
Yeah, well, there's a verse in there that a lot of the guys at school know and quote to each other.
Which is?
Ephesians 5:4.
Keep going. Which is?
Let there be no filthiness nor foolish talk, nor crude joking, which is out of hand, but instead let there be thanksgiving.
Okay. Okay. So that kind of stuck out to you. All right. Nice. Thank you for sharing that, Jacob. Okay. So we're going to try something. And it's going to sound weird because we're all on different delays. Oh, wait. Hold on. We got to do roll first. So we've got one Skoda. We've got one Pavlik. Is it Pavlik or Pavlik? What do you feel better about?
Well, most people say Pavlik, but my family does say Pavlik.
Okay. So we got one Skoda, one Pavlik. We got one Gonzalez. We got one Bish, one Cleverton, and one Bonura, which means we're lacking one Skoda. Taryn contacted me. She couldn't be in class today, so she'll watch the video, I'm sure. And let's see here. We've got Pinner to worry about. And who am I forgetting, folks? Oh, Tag. Okay, any ideas on Tag? No ideas.
He's usually here for every Zoom call.
I know. Tanner, can you text him? I'm guessing he just forgot. He's been very faithful to come to these. Hallie, it seemed to work when you texted Pinner last time. Why don't you do the same? And I know where Taryn is. Sophia, you think it'll do any good for you to say anything to your sister? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking not either. So,
I try to wake her up every morning, and she chooses, and then it's like, well, I can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, it's a little different than when a car's leaving, isn't it?
Mm.
Okay, sounds good. Well, if you feel like trying, Sophia, you're welcome to, and if not, we'll stay here and translate some Latin. Okay. Guys, I wanted to talk to you about the Latin that you had, and I also wanted to talk to you about the Latin that's coming up. And we're in stage 39. I'm sorry. No, we're not. We're on stage 38. Okay. Were you all able to find, I know Kylie, you were able to find the video. Were the rest of you able to find the video of Con Fariato? Tanner, did you find it? Great. Jake, and you found it? Lizette, did you find it? Great. Sophia, did you find it? Yeah, you found it. Okay, great. And Hallie, you found it? Great. Well, did you find that to be helpful? Okay, good.
Did.
I try to simulate like us in class, kind of go back and forth. And I believe I led you through kind of 2 and part of 3, and then I left a little bit for you to do of 3. Is that what you all remember? Okay, great. Which means that we've got some translating to do together for part 3. And I believe, let's turn to page 56 to get warmed up. Page 56. I assume we made the calls and the texts to the appropriate people. Great. Okay. Part 3, you could guess at what's going on in part 3 based on the picture here. What's happening in the picture?
Looks like a parade or something.
Yeah, it's a parade. It's kind of a cool, I like that. I think when each of my daughters gets married, we're gonna have a parade. That is a great idea. So that we're just gonna do it. We're gonna call the fire department. We're gonna block off the street and just, hey, ho! Here we go. We have wedding torches and everything. All right. Abby's disagreeing in there. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Sammy suggests we just have a reception, but I think a parade is better. Let's throw a parade. Kylie, would you like a parade when you get married? The answer is yes.
Yes.
There it is. I'll talk to Gare Bear. We'll make it happen. Okay. So here we go, folks. Tandem Pumpa. Tandem Pumpa. Lizette wanted to read first. Lizette gets to read first. Lizette's like, what's he talking about? How did he know? Oh, Lizette, I know these things. I saw that subtle, your nose twitched just a little bit when I talked about somebody reading, and I knew that was your sign.
Yep. So am I just reading the Latin or am I translating?
Yes, to both.
Okay. Tandem pompa domnum sparsi orbus ornatum advenit.
Really good reading, Lizette.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Is Sparsi a place or a person's
That's a
name?
dude. That's the old man she's marrying.
Okay.
Hmm.
What does tandem mean?
Tana means finally.
Finally?
Yeah.
So finally a parade down Sparse's house?
Yeah, I'd win it at Sparsa's house. What do you think that means?
Going to?
Yeah, it
Or-
arrived.
So finally the parade arrived at Sparse's house.
That's right. Finally, the parade arrived at Sparsa's house. Keep going, doing great. How is the house characterized? That's the real question.
Like, does florbus mean flowers?
Yes.
So flowers everywhere?
Not everywhere. Ornatum. Do you know the word ornate?
No.
Ornate. So ornate is when something's decorated.
Decorated with flowers?
Yeah, decorated with flowers. Have you guys seen that word ornate other places? Sophia, where have you seen that? I'm trying to think where we might see ornate.
Just previous stories. I've seen it.
Okay. A lot of times you might call like a ballroom ornate, okay, or like some fancy place like that. Like you might say that about one of the rooms in the White House, or you might, just things like that. Okay. Okay. Qui domo. Jakin wants to read. Jakin gets to read. Congratulations, Jakin.
Okay. Qui domo egrusus polam ita appellat.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, so what does agressus mean?
Egressus is the opposite of ingressus. Is that helpful?
I don't know what ingressus means.
Okay. Let me flip this screen on you here, Jake, and I'm going to try to give you a hint, okay? Okay, here we go. So, Jake, can you see this whiteboard here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's say this is the outside of your house, okay? You with me still?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got some windows and so forth. Now down here, you ever seen people that have little window wells there?
Mm-hmm.
Those go down to the basement, right?
Yeah.
Little window wells. Okay, now, you ready? I'm gonna take you to the inside of the house. Are you ready? Now here's the basement. Okay, so this is the room that you can see from the basement, all right? Now, sometimes the windows are just like right up here, okay? And the person is right there, all right? Now, sometimes the windows do this number. They come all the way down, which would mean that John here could actually climb out in the event of a fire. Those windows are called, are you ready for this? Egress windows. Oh, oh. Okay, Jake, and there's your hint. Windows you can get out are egress.
Okay. Yeah. Does it mean escape?
Oh, interesting. It just means come out, coming out.
Oh, okay. Okay, so when the master came out.
Okay, so domo means house, domino means master.
Right.
So domo house.
When he came out of his house,
Yeah.
Paula. Does appella mean call?
Yes.
Okay. He called for Paula.
He calls Paula in this way. And so now we're going to hear how he calls Paula. Now, this is all part of the ceremony. All right. So, I mean, you guys could imagine the fact that he's already back at his house. He's just gotten married. His bride is separated from him. You can probably guess, okay, this is part of the ceremony, isn't it? That he's back here. Okay. So then we have Siste Quizes 2. Oh, whoops. Hallie, you want to read? You get to read.
Love to. This day, quist es tu quo nomine huc quinis.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would say, stop, who are you? And then is it by what
Mm-hmm.
name
Yes.
do you come?
By what name do you come hither? By what name do you come here?
Here.
So this would have been like, everybody would be, oh, what's he going to say? Of course, they know what he's going to say. But everybody's paying attention to the ceremony. Lizette?
A really quick question. So
Sure.
In some the previous stories, relating to this one,
Mhm.
it said that Sparsus divorced many women.
Mhm.
And since the emperor is making Paula marry him, what happens if he divorces her?
That's a really good question. So basically in Rome, her family had to pay a dowry to get her married. Okay. And so then what would happen is if he divorces her, unless she's caught in adultery or something, but if he divorces her just because he wants to, which is kind of what would happen, then he had to pay back that whole dowry. And I mean, life would be worse for her at that point, honestly, which is still true many times. Divorces are often harder on women than they are on men, even today. Many times, there are lots of reasons for that, of course. But one of them is that sometimes women will have taken time off work to help raise kids. And so they won't have the same seniority built up that the husband does. Like, let's say a woman took off 10 years to work and the husband's been working for 25 years. Well, now she doesn't have quite the pull that she normally would, or that she would have had she worked that whole time, you know? So anyway, that's just one of those things that, right. That's just how it goes.
So it doesn't really matter whether the emperor made her marry him?
Correct. Yeah, I mean, this guy could still, you know, decide to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, all right. Let's see here. Ubitu Gaius ego Gaia. Ubitu Gaius ego Gaia. Let's all translate that together. It'll be weird because we're not really in unison, but it'll be fun. Okay, so we're gonna try to do this in unison. Ready?
When you
Gaius, I am
Gaius, I am
Gaia.
Gaia. Yes, that's it. Okay, great job, everybody. Now, his name's not Gaius, though. Why are they saying this?
Is it the last names when they marry?
Say that again, Sophia.
Is it the last name she gets when she marries him?
It's not the last name. Nope. Other ideas?
Is it the emperor's name?
Nope. Good guesses so far. Other ideas? So Gaius is the most common Roman name. It's like John. Okay. So this is like saying, when you are John, I'm Joanna, or whatever the female equivalent of that is. I'm Jonna. Basically, she's saying that, you know, we're joined together now. Okay, this is kind of the way they symbolize that. Okay, now I'm going to skip through this next part, and by skip through, I mean I'm going to translate it for you so you guys follow along with your finger on the Latin. Are you ready? Put your finger on the Latin. When these solemn words, when these solemnibus words had been said, suddenly a magnus clamor auditor, suddenly a great clamor is heard. A young man, erumpit, bursts out of the middle of the turba, middle of the crowd, armed with a dagger, who rushes, Pryceps, headlong toward Sparsus. Okay, was this on the video? Did I translate that for you on the video?
You did your closed mouth translation?
Oh, right. That's because we never know where the narrator comes from.
Yes.
Yes, that's a good point. I've been working on my ventriloquism. I feel like I'm getting really, really good. I should start touring. When audiences come up again, I think that's not a bad idea. Thank you for that idea, Hallie. Okay. And then what about Euenus? Did we do this? Did I do this part on the video? The Euenus part? Nunc morare. Okay, so let's all do this together then. Nunc morare sparse, which means what?
now die.
Now die! Sparsus, die! And so he attacks him ferociously. What does he attack him with?
A dagger.
A dagger?
Attacks him with a dagger, sure does. And Sparsus is yelling, "Somebody! Somebody!
Help, help.
Help, help!" And did I keep going here, or was it your turn? I really can't remember, honestly. When was it your turn to start translating on your own? Y'all remember?
The next page.
The next page, okay. So basically there's a huge uproar, the slaves run up, some of the spectators help Sparsus and the slaves, others stand motionless and stupefied, ob stupefacti. Paula, however, having recognized the young man Helvidius, grows pale. And then the slaves, having arrested, well, they retain Helvidius, finally having sort of seized him. They retain him firmly. So is this what you all were expecting to happen in this story? Did you think he would try to kill Spartacus? Sophia says yes, absolutely. She expected that. What do the rest of you think? Is that what you sort of? Lizette says sort of. What about?
Did it turn out better for?
Oh yeah, this isn't a modern story. This is an ancient story. Things don't go well.
I kind of thought that he'd value his life more than like, since he's a young man.
Sure. You thought he might nurse a secret love for her for years and finally move on with his life with some poor peasant girl. Okay. Well, you were wrong, Lizette. That's how it goes. Okay. Now Sparsus. Then well, he lets him have it on page 57. Who would like to translate on page 57? Tanner, I don't think you have yet. Oh, Sophia wants to. Tanner, is that okay if Sophia grabs it? Okay. He's okay with it. Sophia, go ahead.
So, exclamans ilium agnosto. Do you just want me to do that sentence or two?
Yeah, just do one more sentence. That one's pretty short.
Helvidius est homo infectissimus de imperatoris.
Yep.
So, Sparsus exclaiming, I recognize that man. He is Helvidius, a man most. What is infestissimus?
Infestissimus. Anybody else have an idea what that name means there, folks?
Very dangerous.
Yeah, very
Hated?
dangerous. Very hated, very dangerous. Yeah, exactly.
So, a man who's very dangerous to the family of the emperor.
Yes, very dangerous to the family of the emperor. Now, what gives him the right to say that, people? What does he think? Yeah, I mean, why does he think this guy's family is very dangerous to the family of the emperor? Why does he think that?
Isn't his dad like a writer or something?
Helvidius you might remember that Helvidius' uncle was killed for basically disagreeing with the emperor. And he was warned to watch his step while he's here in Rome. And of course he didn't. But that's how it goes. So has he proven to be very very dangerous, very hateful to the family of the emperor, this guy? Yeah, he just stabbed the emperor's cousin. I mean, I'd say that's pretty dangerous. Yes, exactly. Zoe, would you like to say hi to the people?
Hi, Zoe.
Hi, Zoe.
Oh. All right. Eum ad imperatorum. Oh, you know what, guys? I think it's time. We made a birthday video of Rome earlier, and I think it'd be fun if you guys saw that. So I'm gonna play that for you, I think. We'll see if we can. Let me see if I can find it here. That'll be a nice little break for us. Not finding it. Hold on. Yep. Oh, nope. Yep. If I can, come on now. Okay, now I'm gonna share that screen with y'all. Tell me if you guys can or cannot hear this once it gets rolling. Can you hear that? Okay. It was Rome's birthday this week. I broke one of those eggs on Zoe's head, see? Okay, can you guys figure out those Roman numerals? Did you guys see the Roman numerals? I'm gonna have to go back. Hold on just a second. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, come on. There we go. Right there. Okay, do you see the Roman numerals, guys? Right up here on top of the Colosseum? Okay, who can figure them out? MMDCCL XXIII.
I don't know what MMD means, but I know CC is 200, maybe?
Okay. Can anybody help her out with the MM?
Are M's 1000?
Yes,
Is it-
good.
So is it 2,700?
Yep. And then what's LXX?
73?
Yes. 2,773. There it is. Yep. Nice work. So that's how many birthdays Rome has had as of this Tuesday. So it goes, you guys always know that it's a big week. It goes 420, then it goes Rome's birthday, then it goes Earth Day. That's a big week right there. Okay, big week. Okay. 420, as you know, is the celebration of those who like to pot plants. Potted plants, a lot of pot plants. Trying to think how I can explain this to you better. People put potting soil into plants and plant plants. Anyway, I'll explain it better someday. Just, we'll figure it out, okay? No problem. Let's see here. They're like, does he really think that? I don't think that's what it is because my neighbor stinks. Okay, well, anyway, well, yeah. It's not that, folks. It's not that. Hopefully you all know by now what the Bible says about giving your mind over to plants. Hopefully you know what that is. What do you all know about that in Genesis? Let me just test you here real quick. Kylie?
Okay, sorry. Well, I'm thinking back to the in the garden when they ate of the fruit that they weren't supposed to. They
There we
gave
go.
their mind over to a tree.
That's it. That's a wonderful example. And remember, God gives Adam control of the plants. He tells him he's in charge of the plants. And don't forget, all right, when you give your mind over to something else, that's alcohol, smoking weed, whatever it is, all right, then what you've done is you've given your mind over to that plant, and now plants are in charge of man instead of man in charge of plants. That's the opposite of the way the Bible wants to be. So what about food, though? What about self-control when it comes to food? What if you can't control yourself and you're letting that food kind of dominate your thoughts? Would that be along the same line of thinking?
Yeah.
I agree with you, Miss Kylie. And so we have these sort of biblical precedents set up in Genesis, and then they get worked out later on. So that's why it says, in Proverbs it says, there are several places where it says, don't eat too much. Several places in Timothy where it talks about be self-controlled, all right? Have self-control. And lots of times in the Bible when it says don't get drunk, well, it's that same principle coming back again that was established in Genesis. So there you go. That's 420 for you, folks. 421, Rome's birthday. We already celebrated that. 422, Earth Day. Big day. Big week, guys. Real big week. Let's see here. And I think we've got some more Latin to read, haven't we? With to see how Sparsus finally finishes his reaction to this young man, this young attacker. He says eum ad imperatorem ducite. Tanner? I like that. That was like, yeah, I got this. Yeah.
What does Dukite mean?
Take.
Take him to the emperor.
That's right. It literally means lead, but we would probably say take. You know. So lead him to the emperor, take him to the emperor. Pro kerto habeo. Who hasn't? How many of you translated? You have? Okay. Has everyone translated? Fantastic. Who would like some? Oh, Kylie hasn't. Go ahead, Kylie.
Do you want me to read in Latin first?
I do.
Okay. Pro certo habeo Domitianum ei poenum optissimum excogitaturum esse. I know for certain where should I go next?
I have it for certain that, and now you go to your accusative.
That the poet,
That Domitianum.
that Domitian is to be thought of as a poet.
Oh, no. Okay, so it's poenam, not poetam. Poenam means punishment. This is where we get our word penal system when we're talking about the way we punish folks. Okay, so poenam means punishment. And ex cogitaturum esse means will think up. So I have it for certain that, now go ahead.
Domitian will think of punishment for him.
Not just punishment, but the optissimum punishment.
The suitable punishment for him?
That's right. The most suitable punishment for him. Why do you think Sparsus doesn't just take action right now? He's got all kinds of slaves around here. I mean, why doesn't he just kill this guy right now?
Is it because there's like a big crowd of just bystanders? Doesn't want to make himself look bad?
Okay, I think that could have something to do with it. Why else?
Maybe because he wants to teach the people what happens to others that disobey.
Right. So if he kills him immediately, which he probably could have, you know, especially if he had been the one to do it, but he could have said, kill this man, you know, to his slaves, they would have done it. When he says the emperor has the most fitting punishment for him, he's referring to torture. That's what he's referring to. So if he kills him now, he lets him off the hook from the torture that he'll probably get later on. Okay? Now, that's only if this guy is not a Roman citizen, if Helvidius is not a Roman citizen. If he is a Roman citizen, he can't be tortured in quite the same way, but he'll still be beaten severely before he's killed. There'll still be lots of terrible things that happen to him. If he just gets killed now, he doesn't have to suffer. You know. So I'm sure that has something to do with it. And then this is why Pola horrescit. What does horrescit mean?
She shudders.
She shudders. The hair on the back of her neck stands up. She shudders. This is awful to her because she knows that optissimum poenam means torture. Noli timere mea Pola. Why does he say this? Yeah, Jacob.
Do you want me to translate or
Yeah,
say?
translate it, and then also tell me why he says this.
Do not be afraid, my Pola.
Yeah. What's he talking about? Don't be afraid.
Does he know that she likes him?
I don't think so.
Okay. Maybe he thinks that they think they're gonna kill him right there.
Okay, that could be. But remember, how can I say this? As far as he's concerned, he's the one for Paula. And so somebody just came to attack him. And so now he's saying, don't be afraid.
He's saying like he's fine.
Yeah, I'm okay. Don't be afraid, my Paula. I'm good. Okay, he probably saw her, like, oh, well, she was doing that because of how witty. It's not because of Sparsus. But Sparsus didn't know that. So don't be afraid. Ile juvenis insanus numquam iterum nos vexabit. And this explains why he does that, or why he says don't be afraid. Hallie, go ahead.
This man will never bother us again.
Yeah, exactly. That insane young man will never bother us again. Nunc tibi tempus est domum tuam noam intrare. Now think about it from Sparsus's perspective. They've got this big fancy ceremony. They've had a parade. The culmination of the parade is when where you are Gaius, I am Gaia. They're at that point. He's about to pick her up, carry her over the threshold. Okay. And all of a sudden, this young man comes and tries to kill him. Now, if I don't know anything about that relationship, I would say, oh no, this insane young man has tried to ruin our wedding. I'm so sorry, Paula, that this guy tried to ruin our wedding. Don't worry, he'll never mess with us again. So lots of girls dream of their wedding day. And of course, you don't often think that your groom is going to be attacked on the wedding day. Mrs. Lichty thought I would be attacked. Apparently, I don't know why, but she has her own way of thinking about things. Okay. Do you want to come say hi to the people, Mrs. Lichty? She does. The beautiful Mrs. Lichty.
Ta-da! Good
Yes.
morning.
Hi, Mrs. Lichty.
You all look so very wide awake and alert today.
Kylie is this morning.
You're just downright chipper.
Of all these, almost all of them said they were tired except Kylie.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's about what it looks like.
Yep.
Wake up!
Ah! That scared me. Oh my goodness. Okay. No, they're doing great though, Jen. They're reading really well today. Yeah. Nunc tibi tempus est domum tuam novam intrare. Whoa. That's interesting. Tanner, take us to the bridge there. Whoops. I'm trying to unmute you, Tanner. I'm not able to right now. Can you unmute yourself, please? There it is. Okay, go ahead.
Now it is time for you to. What does instrare mean?
Intrare is the opposite of exire. Does that help? Exire is where we get the word
No,
exit. So intrare is the
Enters.
opposite of exire.
It is time. Now it is time for you to enter
That's it. To enter what?
the house.
Whose house? Tuam noam.
What does noam mean?
New.
New?
Mhm.
Your new home.
That's right. Guys, from the word noam, we get the word novel coronavirus. Because what does novel mean?
New?
Novel means new. Yeah. If someone has a novel idea, it's new. So the word novel coronavirus means it's a new virus. Why is it called corona? It has nothing to do with beer, by the way. It's called corona because it looks like a corona. What is a corona in Latin? The virus itself looks like a corona.
A crown.
A crown. Yeah, exactly. So it's a new crown virus. Virus is also a Latin word meaning poison. Good morning.
Hi, Cloud. Hi, Addie.
Clem's not a big fan of clothes. And there you go.
She's wearing
underwear. She's wearing underwear. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. She is a big fan of her Bubba Bear. Let's see here. Sparsus, Polon, Brachys, Tolet. Bubba Bear just made a guest appearance. I don't know if you guys saw that. Oh, that's a big day. Notice it's still being held. All right. It would be completely different if I had it apart from the child. Sparsus, Polon, Brachys, Tolet, Ut, Eam, Trans, Lehman, Portet. This is the big moment that he was wanting to have, that Sparsus is wanting to have. The old man. Jakin, what's he doing here?
Is he wanting to carry her?
Yes, he is. Notice it says Portet Trans Lehman. Carry her across the Lehman.
The living room?
Lehman means
Porch.
threshold.
Okay.
Lehman means threshold. Yeah, exactly. Lehman means threshold. So Sparsus lifts Pola with his Brachys. What are Brachys?
Arms.
Arms. Yeah, exactly. With his arms. So that he can do what? Everybody help me out.
So that he could carry her across the threshold.
So that he could carry her across the threshold. And then Helvidius is abducitured, which means he is
Led away.
He's led away to Domitian. There we go. Okay, now, folks, nice work. What I would like to do, I want to talk to you guys about your final in this class. Now, my proposal has not been necessarily approved, but I've proposed it nonetheless. And so what I would like to do, again, this is pending approval, but I want to let you guys know about it. If you guys turn to page 66, 67, and 68. 66, 67, and 68. Now remember, we only have about 2 weeks left before finals. All right, so we have 2 more weeks, then finals start on May 11th. All right, so I don't know if you guys knew that, but only 2 weeks left of sort of normal school. I mean, I know this isn't normal, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And then my thought was, pages 66 through 68, what I'll do is I'll assign each person a part of 66 through 68. And it'll be maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 lines, let's say. So we've got 32 plus 63. So we've got 95 lines here. 95 lines, and there are, so you'll each have about 10 or 11 lines. Okay, 10 or 11 lines, something like that. But I want to assign them ahead of time. Okay, I want to assign them ahead of time. And then what I want to do is, I want you guys to prepare them ahead of time. All right, prepare them ahead of time. And then you are going to, what my thought, at least, my plan is for you to spend some time talking with me. All right, so we'll set up some kind of an appointment, maybe a phone call, something like that, where you guys talk through your lines with me ahead of time. All right, I want everybody to do really, really well on this. Okay, so basically you and I will be translating your lines together, and then you're going to submit the final version of your lines the day before the final. Okay, so you submit those the day before the final, whatever that is. And I'm just going to throw something out there. Let's say we have the final on the 12th. Your 10 lines would be due, typed up, sent in, emailed to me on the 11th. That way, if you happen to miss class, let's say you sleep in, let's say you whatever, you will still be good to go. And I'll just read your lines for you when we have our Zoom call. Okay, of course, it'd be better if you're here at the Zoom call, because then we can have kind of this final experience, as it were. But that way, I think everybody will have a shot at like a really good grade on the final. I'm thinking like, I'd love it if everybody on A+ on your 10 to 11 lines. And then our final sort of project or Zoom call would be you reading your lines when it comes to you, and we go from there. Whoa, you got a new shirt? That looks so good. Show the people. What do you think, guys?
Looks good on you.
There we go. Yes, looks good, kiddo. Okay, so do you guys think that sounds fair? 10 to 11 lines of translation. You do it ahead of time. We talk before you submit. So it's almost like a rough draft time, because I will have expected you to work on it before you talk to me. Okay? And so that's like a rough draft. And then we work together to make sure you get it right. And then you submit it before the final. Then we have that final time together. Okay, does that sound doable, workable, and so forth? Okay, great. So here's what I want to do then. Let's go ahead and assign those now. And you can kind of start to get to work on them. Guys, 10 lines is not very much in 2 weeks. Okay, I mean, it's really not. I usually assign 10 lines per assignment to the 8th graders, you know, or more. And you guys know this. So I don't think it's a crazy amount, but I do want you to really, really get into your 10 lines, okay? So, Sophia, I want you to have lines 1 through, let's do 1 through 10 on page 66. Yes, Miss Sophia.
Do you just want me to stop at Teron Paramedic?
Yes, you would stop right there. And that's why, Lizette, it's going to seem strange, but you're going to start on line 10, but that's because there's a sentence there, so you start on Tim Abot. Make sense? So, Lizette, you're going to go 10 through, actually 21. You're going to pick up that extra word on 21, okay? Because it'd be silly for somebody else to start right there, okay? Then we're going to, and guys, I'm just going as the squares go on my screen. I know it might not be how your screen goes, but Tanner, you're next. Tanner, you're going to go lines 22 through 32. So you're going to finish out that story on page 66 and 67. Got it? Okay. Then next one is Jakin. Jakin, you're going to go lines 1 through 11. Notice you've got that one word, doke bomini. Y'all were being taught. Doke bomini, y'all were being taught. Whoa, Jakin, I just gave you a word. What up? And that's on page 67. This is a story 2, of course. Then we're going to go Hallie. You've got lines 12 through, hold that thought, 21. 12 through 21, so we can finish Domitian's lines there. 12 through 21, page 67. That's, again, story 2. And Kylie, you're going to go with, hold on, let me think about this, 22 through, basically you're just going to have that one quote, Kylie. 22 through, well, not even the whole quote, 22 through 32. Okay, but remember, your story 2, Tanner, your story 1. All right? You guys see the difference? Kylie, story 2, yes. Okay, that's on page 67. Tanner, yours is 66 and 67. Okay? Got it, Tanner? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Miss Hannah, and you can relay this to her, Sophia, but I'll also ask her to watch this whole video. Miss Hannah's going to have page 67, lines 33 through, and she's going to go through the next page, line, looking for a good place to stop. Let's say 41, Arabant. Then Taryn will have, and again, guys, I know they're not in the video now, but they're going to watch the video. Okay, so pretend they're here. Taryn will have page 68. Lines 41, starting with Hic Supra, and then she'll go through 50. And that leaves Tag with page 68, line 51 through 61. And then Pinner is going to do some cleanup duty there, page 68. And you guys understand his Latin is way behind yours. All right, so it seems like a way less assignment. it might take him as long as it takes you. Okay, just to be, just so we know, he'll have that last italicized part. So there we go. Okay, 62 through the end. Okay. All right. So everybody understand your parts, your roles. Okay. Also, I didn't count well. That's the other thing that happened with Penner. And so there you go. Okay. If anybody has any questions about those, please let me know. And I'll communicate with the folks that weren't in class. I'll share the link with this video. Okay. Okay. Any questions, guys? So that's going to be your assignment. I want you to work on this. My thinking is we might just have times for our Zoom calls from here on out. Yeah, Sophia, go ahead.
So when we translate our part ahead of time and you call us, during the call, do you just want us to read it to you and you just find mistakes that we made? Or?
Yeah, so we'll just kind of be reading together. I'm thinking we might, of course, just, we might, let's see here. Let me think about this. I need to get approval. So essentially, still come to class at the normal time on next Friday, okay? Still come to class at the normal time. But I might say, hey, guys, hang out, work on your Latin, work on something else. I'm going to meet with Sophia for the next 10 minutes on our normal time because you already have this time set aside, right? That's easier than like calling you and trying to set up, when you'll be available and when I will be. And then I'll say, okay, Lizette, get ready to plug back in at, whatever, 5 till or whatever, okay? But since I haven't gotten approval for this yet, we kind of have to wait. Either way, all right, this is your homework assignment, okay? This is your homework assignment to at least do, you guys think you can do these 10 lines between now and next week? At least prepare them as best you can. Let's do that. You guys do those 10 lines as best you can, prepare them best you can, use William Whitaker's words. And then our plan will be for me to work with you on your lines. And then you would make them look pretty between that time and our next time, right? And then we'll kind of go from there. Okay, does that sound good, everybody? Okay, great. All right, folks. Well, that's all we have for today, unless somebody has any questions.
I have a question.
Yes, Hallie, talk to me.
So we were also assigned to write out our translations for Conferatio 2
Yes.
and 3. Is there a space on Turn It In for us to turn it in?
I will do that as soon as we hang up. I will put a Conferatio written translation piece. Okay, good. Yeah, Jacob.
Okay, so have you got my emails about yeah, okay, so can you resend the Turn It In password?
Yeah, I've been trying to figure that out, Jake, and I'm sorry I didn't respond to your emails. I'm not sure how to, other than just to, I know how to invite you again to turn it in. Will that do the same thing,
Okay, I don't know. I can,
I'll
because the
try and figure it
password.
out. And you know what? I bet Dr. DeWalt knows how to work this program, or maybe Mr. Bryan. I can talk to them and see if they can help me figure out how to do that. So, because I can find most things on there, but I just can't find that. So,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll try that again. Lizette, are you still having trouble logging in to turn it in? Are you good? Okay, you're good. Kylie, you have your hand up. What's up?
Yes. So, I wrote out my translations like we were supposed to, but I noticed that some of my translations were wrong. So do we type them in how we originally had them, or like do we make corrections?
Oh, I mean, if you want to make corrections, that's great. That'll be healthy for you. But you can also just turn them in how you had them.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to, what I'm looking for is a good faith effort on your part. That's what I'm looking for. Like, basically, if you translate, I'm just looking at the first word I see here, oves, O-V-E-S means eggs. If you translated O-V-E-S as like ovation or something, then I know that you didn't even look it up. Okay? But if you translate eggs as of the eggs, when it's really just supposed to be eggs, that just means you had a grammar issue. And so I'm not worried about that. I'm just looking for a good faith effort on your part. Okay? Other questions? Does that answer your question, Kylie? Great. Other questions, folks? Tanner, anything? You doing all right? Okay, great. Okay, good to see you guys. We will see you in 1 week's time. Pax vobiscum.
Thanks, Mr. Licky. Et tecum.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
I take them.
Bye, guys.
Bye.